Mr. Speaker, sir, charge number 3 was processed in the same manner, and it was about forceful entry into the assembly precincts and mobilization of unlawful riots against members of the assembly. And charge number 4 was violation of public finance management laws. Charge number 5, finally, Mr. Speaker, was misconduct relating to nomination of county executive committee members. Mr. Speaker, sir, after the consideration and investigations, observations were made, conclusions were made, and by a decision of member after member, all the 11 members, Mr. Speaker, none of them was proved or substantiated. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. And by a decision of
chairperson of that special committee,
one after
honorable senators,
member after member,
to be substantiated. Therefore, honorable members, the procedure to be followed in this case is that set out in section 33(6)(a) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 84(a), both of which provide as follows. If the special committee reports that the particulars of any allegation against the governor have not been substantiated, further proceedings shall, underline, shall not be taken under this section in respect of that allegation. Therefore, what this means is that insofar as the matter of impeachment of the governor of Meru, that matter is now put to rest by that report. We cannot purport to debate the report. The report, the committee that came up with that report is a creature of this House. By extension, it is the Senate that came up with that report. Having pronounced ourselves through that report, the Senate now stands functus official. That rests the matter of impeachment of the Honorable Governor. However, I'm aware, indeed, we have wise men and women in this chamber who may give us comments and opinions for the future, not for purposes of the impeachment of Governor Kawira Mwangaza. So I will allow those wise men and women to comment, but do not, repeat, do not take your comments to that report, because those comments will not in any way affect the validity or otherwise of that report. Your comments will not even remove or add a comma of that report. We simply want to seek your wisdom going forward. Senators, for those who are willing to make their comments in that regard, I will be calling one after the other, and that exercise shall not be undertaken for more than 1 hour. Senator Ngugi Joe Joseph Newton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity, and I thank God that today I'm the first one to make a contribution.
Senator, maybe just before you proceed, I can see these quite a number of senators would wish to make some comments, and therefore we have to limit the time within which each one of us will speak. And I suggest we take 2 minutes per senator. Proceed, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I think I'm going to observe time. I thank the committee for the decision that they made, because all of us, though we were not members, were following maybe on our screens. And we were able to say, and we agree, that most of those, or all of those allegations could not be proved. However, Mr. Speaker, because you have said that we can offer words of wisdom, and I thank God that the governor is here, I think most of the problems that are in Meru, Mr. Speaker, comes from maybe the way the governor carries out her business. She is a lady, an honorable lady, that has made great achievements, ticket, flooring giants like Kiraito and Linturi. But Mr. Speaker, I think I want to advise the governor, all those achievements should not make power get into her head, Mr. Speaker, going forward. Her concerns were very valid about the Catholic Church occupying, for example, and collecting rent from county property, leaders pressurizing her to employ their people. But Governor...
Senator Newton, you are veering off, and I'm afraid I may stop you there. So conclude your comments. Yeah. I was very clear when I said we are not going to debate the report. All I said is because we have men and women of wisdom going into the future, looking at the devolution. What will be your opinion? What will be your counsel?
Thank you for your guidance, Mr. Speaker. I think I'm going to be very brief. Advise the governor to then, be very careful when she leads, not to address anything. I mean, boardrooms. That's why boardrooms are there, that we can address matters in boardrooms, Mr. Speaker, and that you don't have to say no, even if you mean no. You can say yes, Madam Governor, even when you mean no, and you do not have to pick quarrels with anybody. And Mr. Speaker, because I don't want to get into the matter again, I just want to say as generally that, because it's a very conclusive matter, Mr. Speaker, that when you are impeached from one office, that you may not even occupy another public office. And I think, Mr. Speaker, maybe we may have to look at the rules of this House so that, Mr. Speaker,
your time is up, Senator. Senator Osotsi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, mine is very brief. I will start by thanking the committee of 11 honorable members who have done a very wonderful job under the leadership of my neighbor, Senator Boni Khalware, another name the bullfighter. We were watching them. They were very objective. And I must say that Honorable Khalware is a medical doctor, but he sounded like a lawyer. The way he was prosecuting issues as the chair of the committee, it is something we need to thank you for that. And the committee worked long hours. Some of us stayed on the TV until 2 a.m. in the night watching the committee work. I think that is a good spirit that this Senate must cultivate. Mr. Speaker, without going into the substance of this report, I just want to say that maybe this is the time that we need to fast-track the impeachment bill so that some of the challenges we have noted, including the shortest time of impeaching the governor, we must define after how long should a governor be impeached, and many other challenges, including the constitutional threshold of impeaching a governor. Otherwise, thank you, the committee. I have known Governor Kawira. We served together in the National Assembly in 2 committees of House Business and ICT, and I'm sure that this is a learning point. She will have an opportunity to read the report, and some of the flaws that were noted, she will be able to improve and be a better governor. Thank you very much, the committee, for a wonderful job.
Senator Oroba Gloria.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm very delighted to be in this House today. And it is wise that you have given us an opportunity to offer words of wisdom for future impeachment motions or opportunities like this. First of all, I want to say, Your Excellency, Governor Kawira, because Your Excellency, you are a governor. You are elected under an independent ticket. You trounced very powerful veteran men, and you should hold your head up high. And we should learn to address people with their right titles, even as we go through all types of motions. Mr. Speaker, allow me just to say that because the governor is seated here, and I feel as though, as much as this is a learning moment, it should not be a moment to bring you down as an elected governor and an independent ticket. I want to say, as we are looking at impeachment from discrimination, such that when the motions are being brought to the House, it should be about devolution. It should be about following the law, the Constitution, and not about how assertive someone is, or how passionate someone is, or how firm someone is, but whether or not they have defied the Constitution, whether or not they have actually gone, there is grounds for removal from office. It should not be about whether you like how someone looks or how they do not look. Because, Mr. Speaker, as women in this House, sometimes we can be misconstrued. Our walking styles might be misconstrued, but those are not grounds of impeachment. So for the future, and for the future of devolution, let us try and stick to the grounds of removal, which is gross violation.
Your time is over, Senator Gloria. Kindly take your seat. Kindly take your seat. Senator Margaret Kamar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. These 2 minutes would not have been enough for us to congratulate the committee and to congratulate Her Excellency Kawira Mwangaza. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the committee. When we talked to them as they were formed, we really requested them to be fair and to be seen to be fair, to be honest in their dealings. We told them that we would like Kenyans to see the integrity of this House, and they have done it. Congratulations, our committee, and we really appreciate you. Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate Her Excellency the Governor for the way she handled herself, with a lot of decorum, speaking nothing but the truth. I want to tell my brother, my chair of education, that pastors have only one truth. It is the truth. So there is no way you can dodge the truth so that you can say another truth when you are talking to MCAs and another truth when you are talking to leaders. So I congratulate her for standing firmly on nothing but the truth. Mr. Speaker, I came all the way from Eldoret driving because when you called us, there were no flights from Eldoret. And the reason I came is because the governor was elected by 209,148 people of Meru. And I told myself, in 2 months, a very enthusiastic county assembly has discovered the faults that the people of Meru never discovered. And I was very concerned. I wanted to listen to what our committee has done, and that's why I say congrats to our committee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Sigay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. You have indicated that we make comments, Honorable Senator Boni Halwale, for a good job well done. I believe in the fullness of time we shall have to also, but Mr. Speaker, going into the future, we just as a House which we have said we are bound by the committee report, just have it that way. I think going into the future, we might have to look at an opportunity where the House can interrogate beyond the report that has been presented by the special committee that has been selected. Mr. Speaker, I once again thank the committee for the job that they've done, and wish this House and the Honorable Governor and her team, and together with the people of Meru, Merry Happy New Year and happy festivities. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Opportunity to congratulate the committee and the leadership of my friend, Senator Boni Halwale, the bullfighter. Actually, you have done us proud. Thank you so, so much. We followed the proceedings that you did a marvelous job. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to really also Her Excellency Governor Kawira. I'm happy as a women leader that we have retained the number of female governors, and I urge Kenyans in future to elect more women, because this is a route to achieve actualized learn our lessons and should do a fantastic job for people of Meru. Otherwise, thank you, our committee. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kenyans. Thank you.
Senator Karenyamu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to give some guiding words for future. First of all, I want to congratulate the committee. I am indeed a very happy woman, and a proud one at that. We were closely following the proceedings, and just like you have found, we had questions too. To the county assemblies in this country, we want to tell you to use impeachment very sparingly and when necessary. Not every feud you have with the governor should land in the Senate in form of impeachment proceedings. The matter of first gentleman is going to be a normal occurrence in this country going forward, because a lot of us have ambitions to be governors in this country, and so our spouses should not be victimized. Another thing, Governor, I am a recent victim, and we have to stand firm. We have to stand firm in our space with no apologies. And we are here to stay. Women leadership is here to stay. We will not be victimized anytime we do much less than our male counterparts are doing. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wambua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mungatana.